everyone, in today's video I'm going to be testing out a bunch of new drugstore makeup products. This is a look that I created and I'm just going to give you guys like a little sneak peek that I'm going to be testing out the new Wet n Wild MegaCushion foundation. I'm going to be testing out a bunch of products from Wet n Wild. I'm also going to be testing out some products from Maybelline and Milani. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I'm first going to start out by priming my face, and today I'm going to be using the Maybelline Master Prime Blur and Smooth Primer. Now this isn't like a new product for me, but I think I've only used it like a couple of times. So I'm super excited because I'm going to be testing out a new drugstore foundation. This is the Wet n Wild MegaCushion foundation. I heard about this from Pancakes Makeup on Instagram. She also has a YouTube channel. I'll leave it linked in the description box below. So she posted on Instagram, and I think she posted on her Instagram story about this foundation. She was talking about how much she loved this foundation, so I went ahead and bought it today. So I'm really excited to try it. I picked up the lightest shade that they had. It is 106A Light Ivory, so hopefully it's light enough for me. All right, so here is what it looks like. I've never actually tried a cushion foundation. Ooh, it comes with like a little sponge. It says it's luminous, lightweight, and buildable. It's a hydrating formula. I might do one side with a sponge and one side with a brush, but I'm going to use my Morphe E6. It definitely smells like sunscreen. This will be like really nice though in the summer if you're like wanting to go to the pool but you don't want to be barefaced because you're extra. So far it looks really good. Wow, it's like really like lightweight, but it made my skin look really smooth and natural. Something I'm not used to. So I thought the color was gonna be too dark, but it's actually a pretty good match. I feel like it could be a little bit lighter. I don't think you can really tell on camera though, but in real life it's like a tiny bit too yellow for me. So far, I'm like really impressed. I can't get over how like smooth it's making my skin look. I have a good feeling about this foundation. So I feel like the brush obviously gave, you know, a little bit more coverage than the sponge did, but either way, both sides look good. So I don't have a new drugstore concealer. I'm just gonna be using my Sephora Bright Future Gel Serum Concealer. This is definitely a more affordable concealer. I talk about it all the time. It's obviously not from the drugstore, but it's still affordable. Now I'm going to set underneath my eyes and the rest of my face with my Maybelline Fit Me Loose Setting Powder. I'm just gonna set like my face just a little bit with the powder. Just because I always set my face. Oh, y'all. I bought the Wet n Wild Pro brushes and I really wanted to use this to set underneath my eyes because this was going to be like my first impression with this brush. I'm so mad at myself. We're going to pretend I didn't just do that. This is like the perfect size for right underneath your eyes. The bristles are really soft. I feel like though when I press like this, I feel like they almost poke me a little bit. So I don't have a new bronzer or blush, so I'm just going to warm up my face with the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Now I'm just going to apply some blush. I'm going to be using the City Color Be Matte Blush Palette, and I'm going to be using this shade over here, which is called Fresh Melon. Okay, so to highlight my face, I just picked up this Milani Afterglow highlighter. So it looks super pretty. This is like going really well so far. I feel like the drugstore has just been like stepping up their game lately. I messed up again. I bought this highlighting brush and I forgot to highlight with it. So I'm gonna go back in that highlighter with this brush. I feel like this brush would just like apply your highlight a lot more natural than the other brush that I used because it's like super like light and long haired and fluffy. So moving on to the eyes, I have another new product that I'm going to be trying out and I'm super excited about it. It's also from Wet n Wild. It is their color icon. I think it's Rosé in the Air eyeshadow palette, and I saw somebody did a video on this. I can't remember who it was, but it's basically, this is a dupe for the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. So here are both of the palettes, and as you can see, all of the colors are pretty much identical. Obviously the Wet n Wild palette has less shadows in it, but this was $4.99. I did already put some powder in my lids, but I'm just gonna go ahead and set them again with this shade from the Wet n Wild palette. So now I'm going to go in with the more warm tone transition shade, and I'm just going to kind of put that all throughout my crease. Now I'm going to use the Wet n Wild brush. This one is a little bit smaller and more tapered than the last brush I used. I think I want to use this orange shade, and I'm going to first put it on my outer corner and then blend it into my crease. I feel like this brush is a little like pokey too. Like it's not as soft as my Morphe brushes. I really like the size of this brush, I just wish it was a little bit softer. Now I'm going to go in with that shade right next to it, which is a little bit more red. Look at that. Now I'm going to take some of that dark brown, and I'm just going to use this to deepen up my outer corner even more. So far, I am really impressed with this eyeshadow palette. All of the shades have been extremely pigmented. So now I'm going to take this shimmery gold shade with my finger, and I'm going to put this all over my lid. So that's not really showing up how I want it to, so I'm going to get some MAC Fix Plus really quick. So it's definitely more pigmented with the wet brush. There is, though, a lot of fallout. So now I'm going to be doing my lower lash line, and I'm going to be using this Wet n Wild P10 brush, which is like kind of like a pencil brush, and I'm going to pick up that first transition shade I used, and I'm going to blend this underneath my lower lash line. I just feel like this is like the perfect size to really get right underneath your lower lash line and kind of blend everything out with. I think I might actually clean it and use it to highlight my inner corner with as well. Now I'm going to take that orangey shade and I'm going to press this right up against my lower lash line. And I'm also going to do the same thing with that red shade that I used in my crease. So I just cleaned off that little like pencil brush, and I'm going to try and use it to highlight my inner corner with. I'm going to be using that same Milani highlighter that I used on my face. So now I'm just going to apply some mascara and probably put on some false lashes, and I will be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and filled in my brows too. So before we finish this look off with the lips, I bought a new product from Maybelline that I just realized I forgot to mention. I'm so bad in this video forgetting to mention so many things. It is the Maybelline Lasting Drama Light Liner. So I saw this today when I was at the store, and it said it was new. They had a bunch of like fun colors. They had like a shimmery gold and like bronze, and I want to say they had like a purple too. So it has pretty good pigmentation. It was nice and like creamy when it went on. Sometimes like eye pencils like that are really hard and they like hurt your waterline, but that one went on super easily. So to finish off this look, I'm going to be trying out a new lip product. At least it's new for me, and it's also from Wet n Wild. It is their Megalast Liquid Matte Lipstick. I got mine in the shade Give Me Mocha. I haven't really seen people talk about these too much on YouTube, but this packaging reminds me of like the Jeffree Star liquid lipsticks. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it's not very like opaque. Like I have to keep going back into the tube and getting more product. And I feel like the applicator, the way that it's shaped, just makes it like a little bit hard to apply it with. Okay, so here is the lip color. So I had to do 2 coats, and I felt like the applicator was like kind of hard to use when I was applying. Like I couldn't really get right here to be very precise. I do really like the color though. I think that the color is really pretty. It did dry down all the way. Like it's not gonna transfer or anything like that. I mean, honestly, for like $4 or $5, that's a pretty good looking liquid lipstick. So yeah, this is the completed look. I feel like overall that went really well. Honestly, I really liked like every single product that I used in this video. First, starting out with this foundation. I feel like this is gonna be a really nice foundation for the spring and summer months, especially where I live. It gets so hot and I don't like to wear like a full coverage foundation. But even though this is like really like light coverage, it covered up everything really nice. And this has SPF in it, so if you're gonna be outside like at the beach or something like that, this would be really nice just to really like even out your skin tone, and it's going to protect your skin as well. I don't even know what else to say to wrap up this video. I'm like obsessed with everything that I just tried out. The eyeshadow palette, definitely a dupe for the Modern Renaissance palette. If you guys have been wanting the Modern Renaissance palette but you don't want to spend the money, definitely get this one. It's like $5. So this was definitely a successful video for testing out new products. I'm super excited to continue using all of these, and obviously I will keep you guys updated with how they're working. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Leave me a comment down below letting me know if there are any other new drugstore products you guys want me to try out. Before you leave, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And always check out my description box below. I have all of the products that I use in my videos listed there, and I also have links to my other social media accounts like my Instagram and Twitter there as well. And don't forget to click the bell next to the subscribe button so you can receive notifications of when I post new videos. Thank you so much for watching.